we need, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is the show we talk about sports with comedians. Let's get him in here. My man Howie Bell. Howie, how you doing, sir?
What up, Doe? What's happening with you, brother?
Not much, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see the other comedians. We can bring him up. Damian Jones. How you doing, sir?
What's up, fellas? Happy Tuesday.
Yes, that's good Tuesday. Good Tuesday.
What up, Doe?
And my man, brother? Filmmaker Jason Hayes in the building. Jay, how you doing, sir?
What it do, fellas?
All right, so we got a lot to discuss today. We got a lot of stuff. It's going to probably make us go up and down in this conversation. So let's get it started. Let me put Howie Bell in the hot seat first. Howie, you go in the hot seat first. You know how we do. Okay, so here we go. Let me talk about. There's a lot to talk about here. All right, let's talk about this first thing, man. Tiger Woods ended up telling authorities that he was looking down at his cell phone and he was changing the radio station in his SUV, which caused him to see a truck slowing down in front of him, and it had a rollover. 2 hours ago, cops revealed that opioid pills were found on Tiger Woods after his DUI rollover, which probably how he means that's the reason why he didn't want to do the blood test. I mean, you know what I mean? The blood test. You know what I mean? So what's your take on this new revelation from Tiger Woods in his opioid situation?
Okay, so he wasn't drunk, but he was high.
Yeah, he was high.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. You always got to say allegedly. I forgot. That's funny how you always got to say allegedly. They got to have a person on camera shooting somebody, and they'll be like the alleged shooter. That's funny. But so allegedly, but he had these opioids, and he's had issues, and he had problems in the past, man. This is a pattern. Whatever the case may be, that brother needs help, man. And I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? He got a deep, dark little secret, something going on with him. You know what I'm saying? That's causing him to be like this. And, I don't know what really to say about him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. Damian Jones, the issue is it's opioids. Do you think that this affects is because of his issues that he had with the crash, previously and everything else? You think he's taking drugs and everything else because of pain issues?
I pray you. Yeah, of course he's taking those because of pain. This is a very triggering subject for me. A few years ago, I had a Porsche Cayenne, and I looked down and changed my Pandora, and I crashed it, and I ain't got over my Porsche since. So, and a few months ago, I crashed the BMW. So I really don't want to talk about this subject. But yes, it's listen. Now that I hear that, he didn't do nothing wrong. Okay, stuff happens.
That's his take. All right, he go to the record with that. Jason, what's your take on this, bro? The situation with Tiger Woods.
This is the prime example of listen to your lawyer, and you don't give nothing more than what. Listen, they gave the man the breathalyzer, right, to see if he was drunk. He wasn't drunk. To almost any person in America, once you do the breathalyzer, that's the end of it. You're not required to do more than that. So why would I give you my blood? Why would I submit, subject myself to anything beyond the breathalyzer? I'm not driving drunk. So if Tiger had submitted to that, so here's the question. Was there a prescription on the bottle?
Not that we know of. No.
You know what I'm saying? Like finding the pills. Maybe the doctor prescribed it.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, that they float these little turds out there to leave on the street for them to just stink. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm looking at it like this. Tiger said, no, I did the breathalyzer. I'm not drunk. I was distracted, and I'm not going to give you any more than what I am legally required to give to you. Anything beyond that, holler at my lawyer, arrest me, run me in, whatever, but I ain't submitting to nothing. Talk to my attorney for anything beyond that. And now it's all alleged.
Yeah. And the crazy thing about it is you at 100% absolutely right, Jay, because at the end of the day, you know, he wasn't charged with anything else more than that.
Correct.
And these are misdemeanors. These are all misdemeanors. But you know, it's headline news because it's Tiger Woods. You know what I mean? So
he got arrested for blowing a 000 on the breathalyzer. So why was he arrested, people?
Great point. Great point. And you
It's
know,
all gonna go away.
yeah, it's probably what's going to happen too. All right, so now let's talk about the next thing, man, Howie Bell, because the crazy part about this, Howie, is we literally had this discussion yesterday. We talked about the NCAA official bumping heads with Dan Hurley, but now Roger Ayers, the official involved in the bizarre interaction with UConn coach Dan Hurley near the end of the Huskies game. Vic Yoda is not among the referees assigned to officiate the men's Final Four. The NCAA announced 11 officials for the Final Four on Monday, and one day after what happened with the 19-point deficit to beat Duke. And normally this guy is part of he normally is part of the Final Four, but this time he is not. Howie, what's your take on this?
You know, is this some kind of punishment to him? I don't know. Does you say he's normally a part of this and he's not? So is the officiating powers that be saying he messed up some kind of way? I don't know. Or was it just by chance that this happened like that? And most times it's not by chance. You know what I'm saying? So it looked like somebody kind of did this on purpose. You know what I'm saying? And for what reason behind it? Totally, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I don't know. Maybe he went in on the gambling. You know what I'm saying? Maybe something was going on. I don't know. Could be something deeper.
Could be.
Yeah.
Damian Jones, the official was approached and said, "What happened between you and Dan Hurley?" He said, "Nothing happened. I don't know why we're talking about this. I don't know why it's all over the place." That's the officially said, you know, like yesterday afternoon. He literally said that. And now he's not in the Final Four. How you look at this, D. Jones?
It's either UConn made a call like, hey, maybe we shouldn't have him do this game, or the other teams was like, hey, maybe they too a little bit buddy, and we shouldn't have him officiate this game. It could be one of the two. I don't know. I never really even thought about it because, like I said yesterday, go blue.
Yeah, but D. Jones, it is trending though. It's everywhere now. Like, I mean, I didn't see it yesterday one time when Michael Sean mentioned it, but now it's everywhere.
I seen the head bunt or whatever it was. It didn't look.
It looked like he rubbed his forehead on his forehead.
Yeah, kind of like, "What's up, buddy?" Or like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Jason, what's your take?
All I know, man, that last name Hurley in basketball make you a made man. You know what I mean? Because, like, if you're not from the New York City area, you don't know that their pops, Bob Hurley Sr., is a legendary North New Jersey basketball coach who produced countless NBA players. And he's like fourth to fifth all time in high school wins. Like, he won like almost like 1,200 high school basketball games as a head coach. Then his older brother went to Duke and won 2 back-to-back championships. Also an NBA head coach, and he's won a national championship himself at UConn. So to me, it just feels like if they had beef for real, they said, "Listen, I can't trust you to keep your emotions intact, Mr. Referee. And Hurley's a made man, so we can't let you interfere. So we're gonna bench you, and we're gonna let Hurley have a fair shot at it."
And honestly, I think that's probably one of the best things, you know, that's going to probably happen to the game, because now with him not being in there, you know, because people are speculating like we were speculating yesterday. You know what I mean? I think it might be a good thing. I don't know.
If a dude headbutts you, it ain't on site.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying,
You gotta get him out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on site.
Yeah, for other purpose. I'm talking about for people like who like to gamble and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. I put the gambling in, but I mean, you know.
Yeah.
To me, gambling is a big part of sports right now.
It's everything about sports right now. It drives all viewership.
It's everything about sports right now to me.
Everything.
Another thing I wanted to mention really quickly, man. I don't know if you all saw this news, but let me bring this up to the fellas, see if they ended up seeing this. But Florida has a 7'9" center. His name is Oliver Rio. Right? Yeah. He officially entered the transfer portal today from Florida. I was like, he did what? And sure enough, this dude again, Howie, this dude's 7'9". He wasn't getting a lot of burn on Florida. Florida had a great team, but he entered the transfer portal. So my question to you all is, where do you think he's gonna land at now since he entered the transfer portal? He already made a couple $1 million at just for being on the team in Florida. Where do you think he's gonna land at? Where can you see him land at? Because I know I can see him land at.
Ain't no telling, anywhere be good. He's 7'9".
Yeah, man, he's a big boy.
He's 7'9".
Is this Wemby's oncoming nemesis in the future?
Probably, because he's a little thicker than Wemby now. He's not as skinny. He's a little.
How did these dudes get so tall like this? I got a lot of questions. Yeah, I don't care where he goes. You know what I mean? He'll improve the team. That's for damn sure. But I don't know where anywhere. You know what I'm saying? He can go anywhere to any of these teams, any of these contenders, any of these last teams that made the Sweet 16, any of these. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this. I think if he's smart, he'd go to a team like St. John's that played really well, but they just needed a big. Did you see the St. John's game?
I did.
Yeah, they needed a big man, and those boys were stealing everything. If they had a big man, they'd probably still be in the tournament. If he goes to a team like that, he can set his mark. But I think he's going to land on North Carolina or Duke or Kentucky, something like that. That's what I think.
We'll see. 7'9". Man.
7'9", and he needs to go to a team that will play him and that needs a big, you know what I mean? That's why I think Howie, but so Howie, you don't want to say a team? You don't want to put a team out there?
I mean, because to me, any team that he goes to is going to be good. So I mean, or should be good. Should be good.
Well, he's on a team that's good now. So that's
Florida
on a great team.
Yeah.
Great
team, and he's leaving that because a lot of those guys are coming back. So he's like, yeah, and he's not getting no run. You know what I mean? So he's like, I need to leave this team.
You don't think it's a money thing for him, though?
Nah, I don't think it's a money thing. I think he wants to play.
He wants to play.
He's not playing a lot. He wants to play. I think it's about that. And you're right. Wherever team he goes to,
maybe a Gonzaga.
Yeah, somebody like that.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody like that that's kind of built too. You know what I mean? They got some guys over there too.
But that's why I said St. John's, because a lot of those guys are coming back and they needed a big. If they had a big, they would have beat Duke. You know what I mean? So that's why I was going out there. But what do you think, D. Jones? Where you think this kid's gonna go? He's 7'9".
That's
height don't mean that. Look, Bobo not even.
It don't mean nothing, bro.
Play.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you're right.
Bobo can play, and he's not even in the league, so it ain't really about the height. This is gonna go down to. I know exactly what team he's going to. Hear me out. I'm predicting this. I know the future. The team that gives him the most money. That's it.
It's got to be a money thing.
No, it's not.
You know what, though? You might be right.
But I want to see Izzo win, so I hope he go to, like, Michigan State.
Yeah, okay.
Y'all don't want this kid, man.
I say y'all don't want this kid.
Where you think, Jay? Where you think he's going to go?
Do you know how unathletic a 7'9" dude is?
I saw him play. I saw how unathletic. You
know what I'm saying? Basketball ain't a light bulb changing contest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to have lateral quickness. You got to have, you got to be able to change directions and get off the floor, and you know what I'm saying? Dude, I pulled his stats up for this season. He averaged 0.6 points, 0.5 rebounds, 0.1 assists.
Mm-hmm.
He can't play. Mm-hmm. He tall for nothing. And he's transferred because Florida's saying, look, we thought we could do something with you because you 7'9". Turns out we can't. So you taking up a scholarship that somebody who can actually play for us can come in, and make this money, and we can go further in the tournament next year. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, he ain't leaving because he wants to. He's being pushed out. Okay. Florida is pushing him out of the program. They're saying you got to go somewhere else because you're not the player that we thought we was getting.
So you saying he's sorry?
He just read his stats.
But listen, he's good enough that he can learn. You know what I mean?
Listen, Howie, he's sorry as every one of Donald Trump's baby mamas.
That's it. That's sorry.
That's sorry as hell, there, bro.
That's real sorry. All right. Okay, Howie. Next thing is we got to talk about, man. I wanted to talk about baseball for a second, but before I get into that, I don't know if you guys heard, but the NFL owners approved the extensive contingency plan today to centralize officiating in the event of work stoppage of negotiations and the agreement. Yep. And to no surprise, they said that. But yeah, here's another thing. Also, the NFL approved the use of replay assistance to correct missed penalties if replacement refs are used. So they approved both things that we were sitting there saying, I don't know about that. The NFL said, okay, you guys can definitely be the refs, but they also are approving unlimited amount of people to being able to question the calls and replacement, and being able to use video. Which is never seen in football. So that tells you, to me, it tells you how much they can expect these guys to be off for this upcoming NFL season if the refs don't get a deal done. How are you looking at that, Holly Bill?
Well, then they're gonna start using players for using robots to be players.
Right.
They say, we make the quarterback the robot. You know what I'm saying? That way he never gets hurt. And he throws accurate, and it'd be all about, the receivers being able to meet up or something. When is it with this thing gonna? Where the hell are we at in the world? Is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? What are we doing, dog? AI is taking over everything, bro. This is crazy. They are. This is the setup right here, because they getting ready to get rid of the refs. They gone. They getting rid of the umpires. We talked about that too. The umpires are gone. The refs are gone. They're gone, bro. They might have one human being to oversee all of the cameras. You know what I'm saying? And all that kind of stuff. That might be it. You know what I'm saying? So we just moving into that. You know what I'm saying? Because they're bound to make a mistake. They're going to make a mistake. We already talked about we don't know what anything is anymore. So, I mean, hey, here it is.
A lot of mistakes. They're going to make a lot of mistakes.
They're going to make
That's part of the game, though.
Yeah, they're going to make a lot of mistakes.
That's all a part of it.
All right, so D. Jones, what's your take on this, bro? How are you looking at this? The NFL owners agreeing to everything, and it looks like unlimited amount of calls to go into New York that we could, do this.
This whole show is AI. We not even real.
None of this.
It's like Max Headroom.
Yeah, we're back to the future. These Terminators are out here right now. We don't even know it, okay? They're going to throw a football and we're not going to see it.
Right.
But no, I mean, if you're going to use replacements, you better use as much technology as you can. Now, that might hurt gambling because then the real call going to come out.
Yeah, you might be right about that one.
Yeah.
I can see that coming too. Jay, what's your take?
My take is, listen, pay the people that you need to pay that already know how to do the job. You make enough money already. How much money is going to be enough money for you? And the answer is there will never be enough money for them because they live in a world where even if they make maximum profit, they make more money they've ever made in their lives, they want to do better the next year. And they want to do better the year after that and do better the year after that. And at some point, you taking everything from everybody and you ain't spreading nothing around. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a mental disease that we're dealing with. Now they kind of cloak it in this thing of like, it's about the efficiency, and not missing plays. It's unfair to the teams to have missed calls. Well, refs miss calls throughout the game, right? And every missed call that happens to both teams affects outcomes of both of those teams. It doesn't count more because it happened in the fourth quarter. Because you got in the advantageous position earlier by a missed call that hurt the team you're playing against. So shut up and just play the doggone game. But they try to hide behind the fans, but the whole thing is about profit. It's about trying to get us to accept that the AI is smarter than the human when it's not. And that it's out there thinking and that it's infallible when it's not. What happens when somebody hacks, the AI machine and moves the strike zone? Like, so even though it's saying it's a strike, it's really not because they tamper with the, with the program. What do you do then?
It's funny you brought that up because that was literally my next topic. And my next topic, Howie Bell, is he brought it up because I was going to bounce from the NFL back to the Major League Baseball because, the Major League Baseball put out this ABS system. And according to the ABS system, there is a lot of players that were measured differently. There are 171 players who are measured 1 inch shorter than they were last year. 48 players are measured 2 inches shorter, and 6 players are mentioned 3 inches shorter.
They're manipulating.
And that's because of the ABS system. It said you guys, they're not measured properly. So that's where they at with this right now. So what are you thinking about this new ABS system, Howie Bell? Because players want to call everybody saying they are.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You know, this is all the imperfect systems. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, now because people gamble based on height, weight, you know, all that kind of stuff, speed, strength. You know what I mean? So once again, we get back to the gambling. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, okay. Oh, we messed up. This is that. You know what I mean? People bets are off because of that now. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, this is weird stuff going on right now in the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this technology is not perfect. And like you said, what if Jay was saying, somebody just saying, what if somebody hack it? What if somebody, you know, move the, you know what I'm saying, the thing over so just a milliliter of a
1 degree.
Yeah, 1 degree, you know, and then it changes the whole outcome. You know what I'm saying, of a call or a situation in a game or what have you, and in this case, a gambling outcome. So I hate it, man. I hate it.
D. Jones, how you feel about this?
It seems irrelevant, but at the same time, fishy. Like, I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, I wish they would give me more height on certain stuff I did.
They take your height away.
Yeah. I know, which is, I remember when I used to hoop in the Gus Macker, and they used to get everybody height, and they'd be like 6'10", 6'9". Then they get to me like 5'9". Get your look. So I don't know how this affects the game at all, though. Like, I really don't know the significance of misinterpreting people's height.
I don't know how either, but I've been thinking about it. But Jay, how you think about this, Jay?
No, so this is how you game the system, right? So let's say, okay, like I'm 5'10", right? So based upon my height, the algorithm is doing a calculation of where my strike zone is based upon my height and where the ball passes me.
Yeah.
So if it has the wrong height, the strike zone is never going to be accurate because it doesn't have the proper information. So it's going to call balls when they were strikes. It's going to call strikes when they were balls because the strike zone is not going to be accurate because they're using your height and the area around home plate. It's already calculated what the strike zone should be from your chest down to below your knees, which is the strike zone. So if it's off by 3 inches, what does that mean? I'm either up above it or I'm inches below it. So it's never going to be an accurate strike zone. You know what I'm saying? So even though it's called the strikes, the battle's like, what are you talking about, man? It was right here. It was in my eyes. How was that a strike? So the issue with this, it ain't about gambling. It's about profit.
Right.
Because they'd rather be imperfect with a machine that they bought or software that they bought one time rather than pay salaries of people to be imperfect. Salaries, you know, healthcare, travel, hotels, stipends. They much rather be wrong, or sometimes messed up with the software because that's going to be cheaper for them in the long run.
100%. This next story, Howie Bell, is going to be interesting because to me, it has a lot to do with pledging. And being that you're a member of Omega Psi Phi, like I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma, you are going to recognize this really quickly. It's a new lawsuit where the first of 3 women who is officiating NFL describes in 3 years of her pinnacle profession, she was basically, a sexist. She was dealing with sexist situations that she claims are sexist situations. And the NFL overall was unable to treat her as an equal. Her name is Robin DiLorenzo, and she cited gender-based scrutiny, humiliation, and often hostility among the indignities that she suffered between 2022 and 2025. Now, I read the article, Howie. This is what they said that she did to her. This is what they said. They said that she couldn't put her hair through the thing. You know what I mean? And then the Pittsburgh Steelers then head coach, now his name, I forget.
Mike Tomlin?
Mike Tomlin made her get up in front of the team and sing. You know what I mean? Like he wanted her to sing, and he was saying that they always did it to all kinds of new officials. Like he said we wasn't singling out because she was a woman. We did this type of stuff to her that we do to a lot of rookies. Now again, Howie,
everybody.
I mentioned it because Howie. I mentioned it because the simple fact being when it's a normal practice in the NFL to me. It's a normal practice that when you are new in a situation like the rookies and certain other people, they make you do certain things because you are a rookie in that type of instance. That's what they do. But she's a legend, and I don't know. I'm not there. She's a legend that some of the stuff was sexist. Some of it was because she had to put her hair through the ponytail. That part, but I'm not taking it as so deep as she was. But the singing in front of the the football team. And that she got really embarrassed about, and that they recorded it and all that stuff. They were sharing it amongst that. She felt that was sex. She said a couple more things, biggest things, other things, but the singing and putting her hair through the hat piece, that was two of the most egregious things that I think. I mean, I saw a couple of other things she said, but the singing in front of everybody was probably the pinnacle of everything. And I looked at it like she was pledging to me. That's why I looked at it, like they were hazing her. You know what I mean?
Everybody go through that in the NFL, man.
Yeah,
everybody. But again. I don't want to seem like I'm sexist either, Howie. So that's why I said, tell me what you think about this when you hear about people, going through a certain situation like this, Howie. Does it look like it's a sexist thing to you? And what's your thoughts on this one?
I would have to read the article to know more, but based on what you're saying, I don't think so. That I will put sexist on it. I hear about them making rookies pay for the dinner for everybody and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And they bang them up too.
Yeah.
A performance in front of the team. You know what I mean? Every rookie does this.
Yeah, I've heard about these type of things. Now, I haven't heard about officials doing this. This is my first time hearing about an official or referee doing this. But if that's something that they always do with officials as well, I don't see nothing wrong with it. But on the flip side, let me say this: she is around a bunch of football players. You know what I'm saying? And a bunch of, a bunch of jocks. And they ain't the shiniest apples in the basket either. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them do a lot of things that's dumb and say a lot of things that's dumb, even though they may not mean it in an egregious type of way. I'm sure they have said some things to her. You know what I'm saying? And she's had some things said to her that weren't appropriate. I'll put money on it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But what did it happen in a way where it's where it calls for suits or whatever it's going to come from this? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for women though a lot of times because they do deal with that. If you around men all the time, bro, women did get hit on 1,000 times a day, bro.
Yeah, but Howie, if you're fat in the NFL, if you're short in the NFL, if you're skinny in the NFL, if you're anything that stands out, people are going to crack on you. And I don't think that
that's what it is.
Thing. I think they just cracked on you. And
it could be.
Yeah, no matter what you look like, they're going to do that. You know what I mean? D. Jones, what's your take on this, bro? How are you looking at it?
I didn't hear the question.
The question is, this woman is suing the NFL. Is she suing the NFL for sexist situations? She was basically put in front of situations where she felt that she was uncomfortable and sexist again. For one, Mike Tomlin and the NFL made her sing in front of the whole team. She was asked by other NFL officials to put her hair to not put her hair through the through the back part of the hat. You know how the hat has the thing with the snaps and that hole in it?
And all women put their hair through their ponytail through that.
Yes, but she was asked not to do that. So that's a certain situation. And like I said, we're saying to Howie, NFL, no matter what you are, they make all the rookies do certain things in front of the team, and that's just what they do. So, do you look at it like a sexist thing, or do you look like they were pledging her, or hazing her like that? How you look at it, D. Jones?
What they like? What did they have her sing?
He's breaking up.
He's breaking up. He's breaking up.
And he's frozen.
And he's frozen. All right, so Jay, what's your take on this, bro? How you look at
it? First off, when I read the headline,
did she sing any Cardi B songs? The Sexy Red?
D. Jones, you're breaking up a lot, bro. You're breaking up. Go ahead, Jay.
First off, when I saw the headline, it said fired NFL official. woman official. So she got fired. I'm certain because she wasn't good enough for the job.
Mm.
And instead of eating that and saying, you know what, I got work to do. And second off, I know it wasn't a black woman. Let me say that.
Oh, let me say one other thing, Jay. Let me say one other thing. Let me just say this. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Let me say one other thing. She is the daughter of a former NFL official. Go ahead.
Right. Okay, so we already know this, right?
Yeah.
So the one thing about a certain group of people in this country is that they don't ever have to be responsible for their shortcomings.
Right.
If they fail, it's somebody else's fault that they fail. You know what I'm saying? And listen, now I'm not going to say that sexism doesn't exist. I'm not going to say that maybe some dudes didn't say something, that was off color to her. I'm certain of it. But I pulled the article up, while you guys was talking, and I skimmed through it. And what she's alleging is what I've literally seen like more times than I can count, because I watch NFL HBO Hard Knocks every season since the first season.
Me too.
And if you pull up every season, every rookie has to get in front of the team and sing and perform.
Something, yeah.
They had to do something like that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm with her. Listen, I'm with you when you're right. You know what I'm saying? But for her to say it's a sexist thing, it's only sexist if she's the only person ever to be asked to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm sorry. Yeah. And no other woman was asked to do that either. You know what I'm saying? Nobody other than women were asked to do what she did. Well, I watch Hard Knocks.
Have they ever made a referee do it?
I don't know.
See, that's when my
I'm pretty sure that they have.
But surely they have.
Yeah, I'm sure they have, because
for rookie referees,
it's your rookie. That's what they do to get anything.
I didn't know the rookies were the same as the players. In that regard,
they do the same thing to new coaches. They do the same thing to referee. They do it. It's just a thing. It's an
initiation thing.
Okay,
yeah, it's a thing.
You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, so now she's nitpicking because her ego's hurt because she got fired.
And her dad's an official because her ego got hurt because she got fired.
Because the ego got hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now, and the thing that I read, the allegations in this lawsuit are baseless, and we will vigorously defend against them in court. This is NFL. This is what they saying. So for them to say that, they said, listen, we already got the goods on this, man. I mean, what you're doing is trying to strong arm us probably back into getting her job back, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what she's doing. Yeah, exactly.
And they ain't trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying? They said, look, your dad was great. He was good enough. You're not. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry. Now, she's one of 3 women. She's the only woman that got fired. So it's 2 other women still working. So clearly they're okay with having women officials. They didn't get rid of all 3 of them. They got rid of her. So it feels like entitlement to me, to be honest. And just reading it, man, I mean, what she's alleging just sounds like things that everybody goes through, and she feels like she's above board, probably because her father was an official. You can't do that to me. You know who my dad is? Stop.
Let me just say this too. I don't know if you guys even realize this yet. If the NFL feels that they got a foot to stand on, they fighting it vigorously. They
no question.
They fighting.
Otherwise, they settle.
If they don't feel, they'll settle so quietly. Everything else, you'll hear that they settled it, and it'll be a passing news story. It won't be no
correct.
Big deal. But if they don't feel that, you can forget about it. They are not settling at all. So I don't think she's gonna win that one. I don't think she's gonna win it at all.
Ain't she messing her dad up? I mean, if he's still trying to do something,
it's just like, yeah, she's doing that too. Anyway,
Di Lorenzo. Oh yeah, okay. I see her last name. Yeah. I was right about that.
Howie Bell, Geno Smith was widely perceived as a bridge quarterback, a placeholder into the New York Jets, identified a long-term solution for 2026 and 2027 in the NFL draft. But Coach Aaron Glenn sees him in a different light. He said, quote unquote, I just feel like he's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land. Aaron Glenn said this morning at the NFL's annual meeting. Now, We all know that's quite a season, quite a statement, because the Jets were 3-14 last season, and Smith threw a league high 17 interceptions for the Las Vegas Raiders. Howie Bell, how are you looking at the statement by Aaron Glenn?
Aaron Glenn, I'm glad he left Detroit. Say that.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I'm glad. In retrospect, I'm glad. With a statement like that. Now, Geno Smith is my guy, though. He's very entertaining. Mm-hmm. I love him to death. He's a charming guy, but he ain't the promised land leader at all. So I don't know where he got that from. But he will be anything than what the Jets had before, I think. You know what I'm saying? So I wish the Jets the best of luck. But if he putting all his eggs in the Geno basket, man, they in for a long season, bro. They got more to do. He's not a leader like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why he's not starting. So.
Yeah, but how he was?
No, he started all last season.
Other than that,
and the season before that.
Yeah.
But to be fair, he was good enough in 2022.
He balled in Seattle.
With Seattle, you know what I mean? He was good enough in 2020. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, and actually it was 2024. Let's see, this is 2026 and 2024. He was good.
But he wasn't on the bench one of these.
He had 2 good years in Seattle. He was a starter in Seattle.
Yeah,
in Seattle.
They were good.
And
they were good.
Yeah, they were good. They were good in Seattle. That was a couple years ago, though.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's how you feel about.
But my point is, I like Geno. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's the promise. He's the guy going to lead them to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? They need a lot more work.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm surprised to hear that from a defensive-minded coach too.
Honestly, that's what shocked me too. Jay, where you at with Aaron Glenn's statement about Geno Smith?
I mean, I agree, because what the article didn't say is that the Promised Land is a new strip club off Route 9 in New Jersey.
Yeah, that's probably true too.
It's right on Route 9, man. Buffet, all that. You know what I mean? So
that's
yes,
exactly
he can lead them there.
He can lead them.
he can lead all of them there. I think Geno's solid, man. And Aaron understands that Geno is the best option that he has.
Mm.
And you got to talk your boy up, because I mean, he can play. And last year was brutal for him. Like, that was probably the worst year he's had in probably 7-8 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So his confidence might be down a little bit. To me, a pro sports head coach is almost like a boxing trainer. Like your corner man. They got to tell you the right kind of lies, to get you to believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To keep your head in the game. So him going public in the paper to say, I believe this, then maybe Geno started believing that. We know he got ability. The question is whether or not he's going to have the confidence in himself to go out and execute, and be himself. So I believe that he believes it.
I believe he believes it too.
But you know what? I didn't even think about that. That could have been he said that publicly to make Geno, to give him some fire. You know what I'm saying? To give him maybe that could have been what it was.
He said, Geno, you my guy.
You my guy. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, that might be what it is too. I might agree with that. I want to jump from the NFL to jump into the NBA real hot second for a quick second, because I want to make sure we get this topic in. Howie Bell, I don't know if you got a chance to see this article today, man, but there was an article about where will LeBron James play basketball for the 2026-2027 season. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because here are the teams that he could play for. He could play for the Lakers, the Warriors, the Cavs, the Knicks, the Nuggets, or the Clippers. According to the CEO of Clutch Sports, Rich Paul, he said that LeBron James is willing to exercise his player option for the beginning of next season. He will be opting into his contract, but he will make sure that there's an option for him to opt out in case he wants to do that, because he wants to set him up to be a free agent for the first time in his career. So again, to Howie, he could play for the Lakers again, the Warriors, like we discussed yesterday, the Cavs, the Knicks, the Nuggets, or the Clippers. Where you see him at out of those teams? Because I thought it was a crazy article, but I wanted to see what you guys thought, because sometimes I think one thing and you guys think another thing. And I'm gonna say for the record, so you guys can't say I didn't say it. If my man from the Clippers does not go to the Warriors, I see LeBron James going to the Clippers and playing with the Claw. That's what I see him doing. I can see him doing that. He still stays in LA. He doesn't uplift his roots. And LA Clippers have made a move by making that trade for the kid from Cleveland. Now I can't think of nobody's name, but the kid from Cleveland who's out there, who's balling now. You got the point guard, doing really well. You got obviously the Claw, and you got LeBron. Maybe he goes to the Clippers.
It's my Garland.
Right. Thank you, Garland.
Darius Garland.
I could see that, but I could also see LeBron, if he has the option, Howie, to say, let me go and play with, which would be phenomenal if he goes to the Denver Nuggets too. You know what I mean? Like, because he ain't got to do a lot of work at all. No heavy lifting if he goes to Denver. But that's my take. Where you seeing, Howie, out of those teams pick?
You know what? If he doesn't stay in LA, he's going to go to Cleveland.
Okay,
I mean, that's just where, and I think I've said a long time ago.
Talent.
Months and months ago. Yeah, man. If LeBron gonna make it his last, I thought this would be his last year. He looks so good right now. I'm gonna be honest too. On the side note, this is the best. This dude is playing phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, I know people have been really watching it. LeBron is playing
last game.
I mean, damn man, he's still jumping through the roof.
Right.
So doing step back threes.
First option either, right? He ain't trying to go to a team that got to be the first option. He gotta go to a team that can be their third option. You know what I mean? And he ain't trying to do all the heavy lifting. That's why I think to me, Denver is the perfect spot for him.
Would be a good spot. I just don't think he will. I think if he's gonna do something, he's go out. I think he's gonna go back to Cleveland. I mean, that's just what I think. And they got some players. They got some things going on over there. So, and I don't think he would have to do all the heavy lifting per se. He would probably have to do, you know what I'm saying, contribute.
For the record, if he goes to Cleveland, Cleveland will outtake Detroit, the Knicks, the Celtics, and anybody else who would be, and they would be the top contender and to win the championship next season. That's what you say, for the record. If he goes,
I wouldn't say they would be a top contender to win the chip. I just think that's where he would go out. If this was his last.
Well, let me just say this one thing to you, make how Rich Paul said this unequivocally. He said LeBron wants to have one more ring before he rolls out. He's trying to go to a team to be that missing piece to help them get that ring. Yeah. And they laid those teams out. So I'm saying this, and I should have said that earlier to make you see. What team of those teams do you think he could be that third option piece to help them win a championship? That's the way I should have said it, Howie. I apologize.
And you said the Clippers. I don't see him going from the Lakers to the Clippers.
Me either.
I just don't.
I just don't see him leaving LA personally, myself, because his wife.
That's what I'm saying. If he doesn't stay in LA, because LA will be the first option. And he probably got a better chance in LA. I don't know. The West is just loaded. So I don't know. Wemby is there. Can he get past Wemby over the next year or two? I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Howie, if he go, this is the only reason why I said Denver. He's a free agent. You know what I mean? He a free agent, and he's playing with Joker, Jamal. The team is basically set. He's going. It's not like they trading, losing something right there. And Denver could win the chip this year. Let's be honest. They could. They probably won't.
They not. No.
But if you add him to the team they got, you know what I mean? He would. It would be a good. I wouldn't say it'd be a bad thing. I just don't think that's going to happen from my perspective. I think that he thinks that he could probably get one and last one, and it'll be so much sweeter if he did it in Cleveland. Just imagine if he won a chip in Cleveland. Now, I don't think that role would be easy. I just think it's easier than it would be on the West. Yeah, possibly. But I just don't see if he goes to Cleveland, they're getting past the other 3-4 big dogs who are ahead of him. I just don't see it. But Jay,
he got like 6-7 big dogs in the West to get past.
Right, but Howie, if he goes to the West, it does change the landscape. I mean, if he stays in the West and he goes to a Denver, it changes the landscape. Unless he goes to Golden State, and the Golden State gets all the people we mentioned yesterday, then that changes the landscape. You know what I mean? I don't see that happening either. But but if Denver gets a couple of people that we talked about yesterday, that's already there, because Golden State already has Al Horford, Kristaps Porzingis, Jimmy Butler's hurt, Steph is coming back. You know what I mean? They add LeBron, and if they add who was the guy from the Clippers, if they add him, that's a possibility. Kawhi Leonard, if they had Kawhi Leonard, that changes. Not to say I don't think that's gonna happen, and nowhere near. But Kawhi, to me, the tipping guy is Kawhi Leonard. You know what I mean? The move he makes is going to predicate where I think what the move LeBron's going to make.
And LeBron going to want to bring his son too. So wherever he's going to go, he's probably going to be his last term. He want to probably do it with his son too.
Probably.
Think about that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Probably. Jay, you heard me go back and forth for all this stuff, all this, speculation. Speculation's up in the air. Where you see him landing at out of the teams that I mentioned? Where you see him at, Jay?
From my understanding, he's going to be a free agent after this season.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he opted into his contract.
Yeah.
Right. I said that wrong if I didn't say it. That's what I meant.
Yeah. So he's a free agent once this season is over.
Right.
So he can go anywhere he wants to go.
Mm-hmm.
If he leaves LA, and that's a big if. I mean, I don't know how he feels about Jeannie Buss right now. And from what I've read about LeBron, and heard people say about him, he's a dude, man. He ain't gonna say a lot, man. But like when you wrong him, he remembers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he left Miami because Pat Riley denied that man chocolate chip cookies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
For real. That's why he left. That's why he left.
Like he left Miami. Oh, you petty like that? I showed you, bro. I'm going back to Cleveland now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He left. Yeah.
Because he was willing to build around that dude, man. He was like, nah, don't even bother, bro. I'm about.
Mm-hmm.
If he leaves, and I think that he will, he's not staying in the West. Mm-hmm. That's a murderer's road to a championship, bro. You're gonna go east.
Yeah.
It's less work to do over there.
Yeah.
And honestly, he ain't going back to Cleveland either. He's been there, done that twice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure Cleveland got dogs over there. They got Harden. They got, who ain't never done in the playoffs. You got Donovan Mitchell. He ain't really done nothing in the playoffs.
And then not defensively either.
The big kid, he ain't really shown. But know who got two dogs in the East?
Yeah, the Knicks.
The Knicks.
Yeah.
The Knicks got two dogs. And let me tell you, Bron will get the most out of Cat. Bron will get the most out of Brunson. Because Brunson can really play off the ball a little bit after that. You know what I'm saying? At least in a lot of sets. And the Knicks will bring Bronny. And they'll give Bronny a multi-million-dollar contract. Listen, they brought Jalen Brunson's father and gave him a job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The Knicks will do whatever it takes to win. So if he leaves, he's not going to leave the LA market to go to a smaller market. New York still fits what he wants to do with film and television. All that production stuff happens in the city. If he leaves, the Knicks make the most sense to me.
I could literally see that too. I could see that, Jay. I think you convinced me that. I could see that. But when I read it and I looked at all the teams, I gotta say, I ain't gonna lie, I gotta say that him playing with Joker would excite me. I'm not even.
But that's in the West. Yeah, everybody in the West.
Again, I'm not mad at that. I understand exactly what you're saying. But if you add, this is the way I was looking at it. If you add him with Joker is the MVP. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if he's not the MVP this year, he's still the reigning, before that, he's still MVP status. The way Joker passes the ball, even though it's Denver, and he might not want to play in Denver, which I'm sure he probably doesn't want to, but I was just thinking like, man, if LeBron plays with Joker, he's never had a big that good who could pass.
You still got to go through San Antonio. You got to go through OKC. You got to go through Houston. You know what I'm saying?
I get all
that. East, you beat Boston.
Here's nothing.
You good.
Here's nothing, Jay. Let me just say this one other thing. If he goes, let's just say this. Let's say he decided to go to Denver, and I'm still on this Denver thing for one reason. If he decides to go to Denver, what will Denver do to help add to the team that they already have to help them win? You know what I mean? They might.
It doesn't make basketball sense though. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't choose the hardest road if a championship is your goal.
Right. You're right.
It's too many possibilities for you to get knocked off in the route to even making the finals. If you go to the East, you can play some bum ass team like Charlotte. In the first round.
This is true.
You're probably gonna catch another bum ass team like with Harden, nutting up in the playoffs of Philadelphia in the second round or Toronto in the second round, and then your real game probably gonna be Boston or somebody like that. That's really good, and really you only got to win one legitimate series to make it to the NBA Finals. Like it doesn't make sense to stay in the West to me.
At least to make it to the conference finals.
And also Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe Detroit or Boston would be the tough game that they got to play. Other than that, everybody else is buns.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you, please. I know you'll move on, but he might as well stay in LA with the Lakers if he's gonna go to Denver.
That's what I'm saying. If he leaves the Lakers, there's no way he stays in the West.
Yeah.
That's a really, really, really good possibility. I can see that, but I ain't gonna lie. I think if he goes to literally and plays, and I know I'm on this Denver thing, but if he goes to Denver, they could take out anybody in the West. They could take with the team that there already is, the way Denver is, they could take out anybody. Because right now, Denver's already giving problems to a lot of those teams in the West right now. Anyway, what are they, third seed?
But he ain't gonna get no rest in the playoffs. There ain't gonna be no easy series.
But maybe
rest the first two series. I mean, the first two series in the East.
Maybe he doesn't. This is all speculation, but maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe I don't know.
Stop. That man 47 years old, man.
Maybe he don't want to. Maybe I don't know. I would, as a basketball fan, I would love to see him play with Joker. To me, that would be the end all to be all. If he's going to bounce around anyway, I wouldn't be that mad at him playing the Knicks either. I wouldn't be that mad at that. But to me, the best big in the game is Joker. You know what I mean? So hell, I would like Joker to come to LA before I want him to go to Denver. To be honest with you, but that would be dope. But anyway,
hey, that definitely ain't gonna happen.
No,
but then again, Joker, no. I don't know how you feel about the new coach and ownership. So it's possible.
Oh, he wants to leave. He wants to leave, but he's not the type to quit on people either. So
it's possible.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I want to move on to one other topic. Let me see. Look at the time.
And where will Giannis end up? Is the question.
Yeah,
because right now Milwaukee's little Debbie cakes too.
Yeah, but if Giannis goes to the Knicks, they won't have it to be able to get LeBron either. You know what I mean? So the Knicks might have the option to say, hey, do we want Giannis or do we want LeBron? You know what I mean? That might be
the Knicks would pay the luxury tax if they got both of them for a season.
Yeah.
They would pay it. I'm telling you, they would pay it.
Yeah, they would. Yeah,
they got the bread to do it.
What about Giannis going to LA?
Yeah, that if LeBron leaves, that's definitely gonna happen. That's definitely
they wouldn't keep LeBron staying and Giannis coming as well.
But I don't know how that works in LA, man, because Giannis is not a perimeter player.
Yeah.
And Luka lives in the paint. Austin Reeves kind of lives in the paint.
Yeah.
That's a crowded space.
As a matter of fact, I don't think that would work because of the way both of those two players play, and that would crowd in on Giannis's play, unless Giannis is willing to play less. You know what I mean? Yes, less time.
And isn't Giannis still under contract? So so the Lakers have to give something up to get him.
Yeah, it'd be a trade situation.
And the money would have to match.
Right. It definitely be a trade. And most importantly, the money has to
match. The money is always the thing.
Money has to match. And if the money don't match, but the thing is with LeBron's a free agent.
He's a free agent. He can go wherever.
He go wherever he want. And the scary part about wherever he want to go, it could be teams we ain't even thinking about that he might go to too. You know what I mean?
We all speculate. Depending if they lay the red carpet out.
Yeah, we speculating. He might go to a team we're not even talking about.
He ain't going nowhere but to a contender.
Might go down there to Dallas and play with the young boy.
Yeah, he might go to Detroit.
He ain't staying in the West, Howie.
Yeah. He might go to Detroit. You know what I mean? You don't know that either.
Nah, he ain't
going to Detroit.
Nah, he ain't going there.
Again, it's all speculation.
The only place that makes sense for him to do is the New York Knicks.
That's true. But nobody saw him going to Miami either. Remember that? Nobody saw that. You know what I mean? So we can sit here and speculate all day, but we didn't see him going to Miami at the time when he picked Miami. I know I was blown away. I had the Knicks. I was like the Miami Heat.
Why don't he just do another show called The Decision Part? What part would this be?
He ain't gonna do that.
But Miami had just won an NBA championship like 3 years before he got there.
Mm-hmm.
D Wade was his boy. They was in the same draft. Bosh was a free agent. He orchestrated that. You know what I'm saying? So once they agreed to play together, Miami was the destination.
Yeah. I mean, but what we're not saying either is he could be doing that, getting ready to do that also this year too. Because I don't know who the free agent class is this season, but he could be trying to do the same thing too. Like wherever he lands, like let's say he stays and he wants to play with the Clippers. You know what I mean? Kawhi Leonard, I think
going to the Clippers, bro.
Let me just finish. Let me just say, where's Kawhi Leonard going also this year? Because I think Kawhi Leonard's a free agent too. You know what I mean? But where's Kawhi going to go? If Kawhi goes somewhere, LeBron has been wanting to play with Kawhi for years. You know what I mean?
He's staying with the slippers, bro.
He might be.
He's staying with the slippers.
Slippers.
It makes no sense for me to jump into another topic right now. It's 5 of them. But let me just finish this and say this. I honestly think LeBron is not staying in the Lakers. I don't care what nobody says.
I think he's out too, Frank.
I don't care. I don't think he's staying there. I think he's fed up with ownership, management. Yep. He don't like the decisions they're making, and they're making some horrible decisions. I don't think he liked the way they handled the AD situation. I don't think he liked the way that they handled, some of the management situation with some of the coaches situation. And I don't think that he even liked, maybe not, but I don't think he was 100% on board with JJ Redick getting hired either. I don't think so. But
no, that's his dude.
Maybe his dude, but I don't think he wanted him to be hired to be.
That's his guy. Listen, if he didn't want JJ Redick, he wouldn't have been there.
But you know what, too, man, with all that being said, but what makes more sense, I get the New York and the markets match with LA. I get that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But
a lot of sense.
If he's going to go, it does make a lot of sense. But if he's going to go out, he doesn't really need the money. Let's talk about that. He could possibly go to Cleveland, where it all began. I just think that would be. Maybe it sounds story.
He's not going there 3 times, bro.
He's not going there 3 times, and his wife does not want to move back. His wife don't want to move back to Cleveland. That's the whole thing. His wife does not.
Why you don't think she want to go back
there? She's born and raised in Akron. She tired of that place, man. Ohio. Who would live in goddamn Ohio? You live in New York.
That's just the play. They could still actually theoretically keep his crib in LA and just play his last year in Cleveland.
But let's think of this. Wherever he want to go, he only got one more kid in the house. You know what I mean? Whoever he got,
his daughter.
His daughter. And then he wants to go wherever his wife and his daughter is willing to move. That's why New York makes a ton of sense. You know what I mean? I don't think New York, because they'd have to move there for a year. You know what I mean? I don't think New York is too far out of bounds either for what Jay said. I don't think it's too far out. But also, the only other tipping point for me is, where does he think he can win a championship at right now? Where does he think he can go and make a difference as the third option to win a championship? Those two things is the foremost thing in my mind. You know what I mean?
So Frank, as a Celtics fan,
yep.
If the Knicks had LeBron James right now this season,
yep,
with Cat, yep, and Brunson, and in the roster that they have, how worried about the Knicks would you be?
A lot more worried than I am now.
You would be terrified.
Yeah.
And that's why it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, because not only do they have 2 legitimate people who can get buckets, Cat's an inside guy, Brunson's a perimeter guy. I mean, the weakness of the Knicks is really what Bron would bring. You know what I'm saying? Consistency on the perimeter with some size and the passing, get everybody involved in the game.
That's exactly what he would bring. Yep.
He would fit perfectly with the Knicks, and he already played for Mike Brown.
Yeah.
So he already knows, Mike Brown, types of offense. Yeah. He would fit right in with them dudes, man.
It makes a ton. What you're saying, it makes a ton.
I forgot about Mike Brown being there too. That does make that makes sense.
But let's not forget one thing either. What you're saying makes sense. But if Cat doesn't show up and doesn't be the player he had, because you got to remember right now, LeBron is playing with a center right now who was supposed to show up and he ain't showing up yet. You know what I mean?
That ain't Cat problem though. Cat balls out.
I don't know. I think Cat's soft.
Cat. No.
I think
his stats don't say that.
I still think he's soft.
He's sassy, but his game is grown man.
I don't know. Listen, I'm not even sure the Knicks are going to make it out of. Let's see, the Knicks will probably make it out of the first round, depending on who they match up with. But I don't think they're going to even make it out of the second round of playoff. And I don't think LeBron comes that he'll help them with that difference. Right now, until he proves that he can make Cat, and you'll know in the first month. Because I tell you this, when DeAndre Ayton was with the Lakers and LeBron signed, that whole thing came together, I was like, oh man, they're going to be phenomenal. They're going to be phenomenal. But DeAndre Ayton is not playing the ball I thought he would play. He's just not. He's not doing it. The same thing you said about what LeBron would be able to do with Cat. I thought he would be able to do, or would potentially do with Cat. I thought he would be doing that right now with DeAndre Ayton. Then what's happening? What's going on?
But Ayton ain't never been as good as Cat.
I ain't saying
he's never been as good as Cat.
That's two different conversations, Jay.
What I'm saying is but it's not, because you're saying that you thought he would do it with Ayton. Why would you expect that? Ayton ain't never been good.
Yes, you have. Ayton was good.
No, he wasn't. He ain't never been Cat. He ain't never been Cat. Never been Cat.
That's a different conversation. But DeAndre Ayton was good. It was the reason why he got Phoenix to the finals. He got Phoenix to the finals because he had a great coach. And that coach, that's why I'm saying what LeBron doing now, I was like, LeBron's going to be able to coach this guy like the way he had that coach when he was in Phoenix. Same guy. I think it's the same coach who's coaching Detroit now. You know what I mean? So I'm saying
Devin Booker got them to the finals. That was not Aiden.
I thought Aiden played really, really well.
He played well, but listen, he's never been cat. If you give LeBron James with his basketball IQ and his work ethic somebody as good as Cat, trust me, bro, everything's different.
Well, you know what? We will see.
Everything.
Me and you, we can debate this all day. We will see. I just don't think that, the Knicks.
You don't want Bron playing for the Knicks because you know what that means for the Celtics.
Honestly, I would love LeBron playing with the Knicks because it'd be exciting basketball. I don't want people to say this is the easiest route. You guys got the one because you went to the easy. No, I want a murderous row. That's what I want.
Easier.
Yeah, and I don't want anybody to say, you guys had the easier. No, I don't
Nobody. No, a fan wants a murderous row.
Yeah.
Players
Players don't
want no murderous row.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Players
Players
want to like.
I just don't know. I want it.
Give me some bums. Give me some bums to warm up on, and then I play them real boys down the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's time for the show to roll up out of here, man. Howie Bell, tell me what you got going on. What's going on in your world? How we can follow you? And,
man, all is well. I'm back in the Howie Bell man cave, bro, and about to get some rest for the next 48 hours probably. I'm gonna chill on out, man. Back at it. Back in New York this weekend.
Oh, okay. So, are you driving to New York, or are you gonna do the plane thing?
Back on the flight, man. Yeah, back on the flight. Yeah.
TSA is back operational, but New York was never bad though.
No, I wasn't. I got out of LaGuardia. I got through security pretty quick.
Oh,
yeah, it wasn't no issues, man, for me getting to the crib.
That's really, really good.
Yeah, but it was good hanging out with Jason Hayes, man. We had a good time, brother. Oh
yeah, we kicked it, brother.
Yeah, that's good. So
you got to come down, Frank.
I'm definitely trying to. Jay, tell me what's going on in your world, bro.
Hey, man, I'm in these Brooklyn streets. I'm getting more handsome by the day. Just writing these scripts, hustling. Trying to figure out, where that next meal gonna come from. You can follow me at JD Hayes over here fan base. I'm out here, man.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do the show yet. My bishop of my church, his mother passed away. The funeral is tomorrow. Man. I gotta go to this will be my 4th funeral in 5 weeks.
Man, I was about
to say. There's a lot of that going on, Frank.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. It's my 4th funeral. It'll be my 4th funeral in 5 weeks. But I got to go to it because also the bishop of my church is also my uncle. So it's how and he leads one of the largest churches in Boston. So Morningstar Baptist Church. So the funeral, his mother passed away. So the funeral for his mother is tomorrow, and they're expecting 3,000, 4,000 people easily off the rip.
A lot of people.
Yeah, and I got to go to that, show my family respect to that too. So I might not be able to make it. So I'm just giving you guys heads up. The funeral starts at 11. But the funeral, the way
you gonna make it,
the repast, all of that, what I mean? Yeah, so
you ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, probably won't.
High profile funeral's gonna last 3 hours.
And then I gotta prepare for the show. It takes me an hour to prepare for the show, read the stories, question. So I'm just saying, just in case I don't make it, you guys will already be. But if I don't, I'm gonna see if I get Steve to do the show. But regardless, I just want you guys to know ahead of time. But anyway,
or if not, man, we put our foots up.
There you go. Thank you all for watching the show. The name of the show is called Box Seats. If we're not back tomorrow, we'll definitely be back on Thursday at 5 o'clock. That's Howie Bell. That's Jason Hayes, Frank Holder. I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Hey, what you need?